there, Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and today we're going to be doing some major unboxings, and I'm going to be showing you some of my whips, so don't go anywhere. Hey there, Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm so glad you're here. Oh gosh, you know, I said 2 videos a week, and then more stuff comes, more stuff happens. So there's going to be more than a couple videos this week for more than just a couple reasons. In other words, more than just I'm getting new stuff and I need to open it, but I have to give you like the Reader's Digest of what's going on in my world. So Reader's Digest, my husband, AKA the Brit, about 3 or 4 years ago was like, you know what? Probably like 3 years ago. He goes, let's start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, why? We don't do anything interesting. Like, who are we? Why would people want to watch us? No. We travel. I'm going to be retiring. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it turns out he didn't retire for like another 1.5 years, almost 2 years after he said that. Meanwhile, we started the channel and it was like, what are we going to do? What are we going to put out there? Well, at the time, I was a novice hobbyist, knitter, crocheter, blah, blah, blah. And then COVID hit and I became a little bit more of a serious crocheter, knitter, blah, blah. So this one had to start and keep the YouTube channel going because we needed content. And that is how Knit for Brains started. It was originally called Beauty and the Brit because that was supposed to be our channel. And I called it Knit for Brains because that's always, you know, that's my Ravelry name. So if you go and you find Knit for Brains, it's Knit for Brains SD because somebody else had Knit for Brains. I just like the alliteration of it. I liked the pun intended. People go, well, you don't do a lot of knitting. I do. I even made this one last year and I'm going to show you. So I do knitting. I do crochet. I probably do a little bit more crochet because it's just faster and more fun. But I am really pushing myself this year specifically to do more knitting. And I'm liking the results. It's taken longer, I'm not going to lie, but I am liking the results. So that's how the channel started. Meanwhile, fast forward, the Brit finally retired. This one here is still working. And so now I'm running this channel and I'm recording and then I go to work and I come home and I edit and I record and I work and I edit. And he's going, you know, I don't get to see you as often as I was liking and wanting. I know, wah, wah. And he said, can I help you with your channel? I was like, sure. Do you knit? Do you crochet? Like, let me see your resume. Let's have a little interview. Anyways, but he's been studying up on the editing software that we use to edit the videos, which isn't, you know, difficult or anything like that. It's not like we go to any master plan place, but he's really been doing that. And so he wants to edit the videos. And it's not because he's like, what is she buying? Like, what is she doing on that channel? He could watch it if he chose to. He doesn't. He might watch it more now. But he just like wanted to share and be a part of my world. And I was like, okay. So starting today with this video and from here on out, he's going to be doing all the editing. I do the recording. I go to work, he does the editing, we come back, we get more time together that we can spend not editing, not videoing, just being this really cool married couple. We think we're cool. And then it takes a lot off of my plate. And he's way better at editing than me. Way better. I'm like, that's fine. Get it out there. He's like, no. He was an engineer in his past life, and engineers, you know, they like to like study and analyze and then fix things. So it's absolutely perfect for him. So I'm like really excited to be introducing you to the Brit, who is now part of my production team. There's 2 of us, he and I, and he's going to be doing the editing. And I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really amazing. That was the Reader's Digest. That took all of 4 minutes. I'm going to give you a little bit of a snippet. And he'll go, oh, he'll roll his eyes, but that's okay. You won't see it. We met 20 years ago. Yeah, like a little over 20 years ago. I was a single parent when my son was 8 weeks old. That's a whole story, which I'm not going to get into here. And so when my son was in 1st grade, I put him into Boy Scouts. So I'm like, you need to learn how to throw rocks responsibly and do camping and get into dirt and do what dudes do, because I don't do dude stuff. So we got him into Boy Scouts. As it turns out, my current husband was my son's Boy Scout leader. So I met him when my son was 5. We started dating when my son was in 5th grade. I was single, and then he became single after, you know, there was a blip of time. It's not like I just pounced right in there. And so we dated for 15 15 years, I think, even more. And we've been married a little over 4 years. So I don't know. I think I like to say that we've been together. I like to count the 15 years because we ended up getting married on a cruise on his birthday on a beach in the Grand Cayman, which was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I don't like to take away from his birthday. You know, it's his birthday, right? And it just so happened that we were going to be on land on this particular day in the Grand Cayman, which sounded oh so romantic and beautiful and exotic. And it was like, let's get married. So I said, you know what we'll do? We'll celebrate our dating anniversary, which is in August. And then I get all the years. And then we'll, give a nod to our wedding anniversary, which is on his birthday, which is in December. So there you go. 5 minutes and 40 some odd seconds into the story. There's my whole entire life story. The good parts, the stuff I want you to know about. So that's the Brit. He'll be working on these. He's amazing. And if you're out there single going, when is my Prince Charming coming? I can just tell you, wait. Just wait. Just hang in there because he's out there. And find a guy who will drive you to Michael's, not because he wants to watch what you're buying, just because he wants to be a part of your world. And he'll help you with your editing, and he'll comment on your stuff, and he'll even be your model when you need to measure stuff. Like, wait for that guy, because I think he's out there. Dig under some rocks, and if the guy was kind of like, oh, he seems a little like, hang in there, dig your feet in, and wait for the good stuff, because that's what I did, and it was all worth it. And all of our kids now are grown. So we're just kind of like a family of hobbyists, and we travel. So that's why you see a lot of travel in our channel. We do a lot of traveling, and you're going to be seeing more of that this year. So there you go. All right. This is my nice warm cup of tea. Today's tea is brought to you by David's Tea, and this is not a promotion. I'm just saying I love David's Tea. This one is chocolate macaroon. Oh, here, just take a whiff. You should be able to smell it by now. Oh my God. So good. So good. Chocolate macaroon. My other favorite one is called Sweet Tart. And it's got like tart cherries and sweetheart candies. It's kind of a Valentine's Day thing. Oh my God. And they just had a sale. So I might have had to buy some more tea. But he's British, so he totally gets the tea thing, even though I don't put milk in mine. And he'll say mine is weeds or like an herbal infusion or whatever, because it's not actually tea, but that's okay. All right, enough of that. I digress. What do you want to talk about today? I got 2 unboxings. I had an unboxing earlier. Oh my God, did you see the We Crochet stuff? Oh, I can't wait to be digging into that stuff. If you didn't see what I'm talking about, tune in here and you'll see what I did. I did a huge unboxing from We Crochet because they're having a huge sale right now on their Swish DK Superwash Merino wool. So good. 20% off through the month of February, through the end of the month. And if you spend $100, you get another 20% off and you get like free shipping or something. It's crazy. So check out the video, check out the unboxing. But go over and check out We Crochet. They're also selling their accessories, which you'll see there anyways. Digressing. Okay, let's talk about the whips first. What I've done, what I did in this past week, then we'll get into this. So first thing I did, you guys see her in the background? It took it from meh to yes. Oh my gosh, so excited. So hold on here. I'm going to try around for you and show what I did. Yeah. So I took this fringe. I'll show you this here in a second. This is the Feels Like Feather, right? This is from Lion's brand. I love this because it is not an eyelash yarn. And I crocheted a panel. It was about 4 rows of double crochet. And then I just stitched it on. But what do you guys think? And then I put a little bit, you can see here at the bottom, put a little bit down there, added it to the cuffs, brought it around. What I love is that I didn't like the way this was sort of hanging in the beginning. I felt like it was a little lopsided. It was hanging a little bit low. So I was able to tuck it up a little bit up in here. And then as I added up the trim, I just sewed it in there and sewed it really good. So I gave it a little bit of a lift, but you can't even see it with the trim. Is it not amazing? I'm just saying, I absolutely. So this went from to wow. I am loving this so much. It's so soft and it was so easy. You can see on the back that I did the granny squares on the bias. I like to, on the diamond, I like to do that. It adds a little bit of a different look to the granny squares instead of it being just straight up granny squares. This was one of my own patterns. I saw a sweater and I was like, I think I can do that. And I went out and I got these yarns. It's a superwash merino wool by Queensland Yarns. Found the colors I like, did a bunch of different ones, joined them all together. And I was just like, I don't know, it was okay. I didn't like the way it hung. Now, this is my jam. I'm loving this. Oh, I might have to just tuck this in. This stuff was so much fun to work with. So, I don't know. What do you think? Comment below. Tell me what you guys think. I'm just loving it. And I like that it's got like a little fur collar, but it's not like in your face, right? It's not like, hello, I'm 21 years old. Hello, I'm a 50 some odd year old woman, mid 50s woman, and I can wear this and I can be totally happy with this. So this was my, here, I'll come up a little closer. This using the Feels Like Feathers. It looks right here, faux feathers. It's this guy. And it just so happens, I ended up using, I had, I think, 4 or 5 skeins. I think I had 5, so I've got 1 left and then a little bit of this stuff. And I have it in 2 more colors, so you're probably going to be seeing this again on something else. But yeah. I am super, super excited. This is my Super Bowl. I did the French during the Super Bowl. And actually, I watched some rugby games. And then the sweater is my Abbott Elementary, which I'll explain to you guys that in a second. So, yay! Digging this so much. Here's my genie move. All right. Yeah? Okay. So when I mentioned this is my Super Bowl sweater, here's a question for you. So when I'm knitting or crocheting or doing whatever, typically I'm doing it at night, sitting with the Brit, watching TV, or I'm, hanging and chilling with myself or whatever. So I kind of build memories into what I'm doing. So for instance, when we go on vacation, my number one go-to souvenir is yarn. Like, find me a yarn store, which is why I do the, show them some love, and I find the yarn store and all that kind of stuff. I like to buy yarn as a souvenir. I like to give a little bit of love to the local yarn stores in the area and just kind of see, what's big in the area, because it might be different from where I live. But when I was making this sweater here, the base of it, all the granny squares, I was watching Abbott Elementary. Loved the show. Loved it. And I was binge watching that. Then when I did the fringe, it was this past weekend, and the Brit and I are big rugby fans. So we watched Six Nations, which is, it's a tournament, if you will. It's not like a World Cup or a Super Bowl, but it's a tournament. And it encompasses England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, France, and Italy. 6. Okay, and they all play together. And so we love it. And so we had, because here, for us, if we watched it live, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, yeah, no, thank you. But we were able to find it recorded. So we watched 2 rugby games, then the Super Bowl halftime, and then another rugby game. Or maybe we watched the 3. But anyways, that was our Sunday. It was great. We had our own little Super Bowl party. My mom came over. The 3 of us just partied it together. My mom's dog. Anyways, so the fringe was done during Super Bowl and rugby. So that is my Super Bowl Six Nations fringe, along with my Abbott Elementary sweater. This guy here I made in a weekend. I don't remember what I was watching. I could call this a Schitt's Creek. It wasn't, it didn't take very long at all. But I made this last year and I thought it was it's pink. And I thought I'm in a pink mood today, so I'm going with pink. Anyways, so that was that. So here is my other knit project. This is knit. That was crochet. This is something that I've been working on. And I'm actually really digging it. So I've been spending a lot of time on this. This is I haven't done the sleeves yet, but I've sewed the edges together. This is my raglan sweater, and I am using Noro yarn. So I'm using this Noro yarn, and I got this at littleknits.com, which is an online yarn store out of Seattle, and they had a big sale on this stuff. This is called the Kenzashi yarn, right up there. And it just so happened that I had, I think, 5 skeins of this color. Okay, and I think I have like another 3 or 4 skeins that are a little bit different. This one's a little bit different, more purples and pinks. It doesn't have the oranges in it, but I had enough to make this sweater. It's a straight up raglan sweater, super easy. You just stocking knit stitch, which means you just knit back and forth. So if this didn't have all the little nubbies in it, it would just look like stocking knit, which is, it doesn't look like this, right? But I'm really liking it. And I'd like to say it's working up fast, but I know I'm putting a lot of hours into it. So it's not working up as fast as crochet. The tricky part, and I'm very, very happy that I was able to do this, was sewing on the edges, because I had the different skeins, but you got to try to match up the color. Now I could have just slapped them together, but I think the colors would have been offset. And some people might think that's artsy, and that's totally fine. For me, I would have felt like, oh, that kind of looks sloppy, and I probably wouldn't have been as enticed to wear it. So I had to dig through the ball and find the right purple. And when I did, then it kind of lined up pretty well. But I was able to line it up. So I'm pretty, and I sewed this together. So I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, you can see a little bit up there. It kind of changed, but not much. Pretty excited about that. And then this is the other side over here. Over there. Yeah. So I love this. Don't you love the colors? Isn't that awesome? And you can see the nubby in it. So this yarn is, as I said, it is by Noro. The brand, the line is called Kenzashi. I could not tell you what the color is. All I know is that it's color 10 lot A. COL 10 lot A. So whatever that means, that's the color. But the ingredients, it is 30% mohair, 30% silk, 23% wool, 14% viscose, and 3% polyamide. So it's mostly mohair, but it's actually really, really soft. You can see in here, it's got some little nubblies in it, but it's not scratchy at all. It's super fun, and it's pretty easy to work with too. And it's got, if you notice in here, it's like, I'm going to say it's a weight of 5. Yes, it actually says it's a weight of 5. So there's the label. You guys can see. I got this, like I said, on knitpicks.com, and I know they still have it. It's a brand that but if you look here at the, come on, show me. You can sort of see how there's 2 strands in there. There's the little nubbly part, and then there's a black strand that goes in through it, and that kind of holds it together. So I've almost finished one of the sleeves. I've got one more to go, and it's just a raglan sweater, which means that here is the neck up here. So the sleeve is actually, it's going to be pretty big. The sleeve starts up here on the shoulder, and then it drops down. So this is the sleeve area. So I might have to sew this part together, and then the sleeve kind of connects down in here. Not really sure yet. That's just a little end that I had to tie in. But now see here, it doesn't really, well, it doesn't really match up, but I don't really care as much up in here because, your hair is going to be covering it, or a jacket, whatever. I was really more concerned about what it did down here. And so, yeah, this is cool. So this is my Bear and True Detective sweater. I'm watching True Detective, the episode, the one right now with Jodie Foster. It's really good, in Alaska. And then Bear, which I'm liking. I'm having a hard time sometimes getting through it, but my son raves about it. And my son works in film up in LA, so he's a little bit more on the artsy side. But it's okay. I'm digging it. It's all right. It's a little languagey for my liking. And I'm not a prude, but it's like anyways, but this is the other thing I'm working on. So I should have this done. Gosh, it's so blouncy. Blousy. I think it's blouncy. Yeah, I'm digging it though. So I will be putting this on hopefully next week, maybe the week after. We shall see. So that's the 2 projects I'm working on. I'm still working on the middle finger blanket. And then I'm ready to start on a new project. And I think it's going to have to be a crochet project. So let's do some unboxing, shall we? First things first. So y'all know how much I loved the Michaels. And y'all were going crazy over the coconut cakes. The Michaels coconut cakes, the new spring summer yarn. So I got some more. It's a box here. I'll show you. It came in a box, but it came in 2 separate packages. So I had to open one, but it's all in here. So I ended up getting, before I had the Hawaiian punch and the lemon lime, the blue, yellow, green colors, and then the yellow and white, which is cool. Not always my color. These are more my colors. So I went and I got these 2. Now this is called Fuchsia, and this one is called Tutti Frutti. So Tutti Frutti and Fuchsia will meet and they will make a yarn baby of some kind, a crochet baby. I like these together. I might end up doing the same thing I did before with the bobble. I might do some, I just like that kerchief thing. It's super easy and I can do it in a different color and change them out and stuff like that. And it's just light. So I got these two guys. These were, so the buy one, get one free or whatever sale they had going on originally is done, but they were offering a 20% off sale. So these are normally $12.99 and I got them for $10.39. So even if you miss the big sale, there's always another sale on Michaels.com. And I also had, my rewards. I think I had like a $10 reward, so that helped. But if you don't know what we're talking about, check out my other video where I reviewed this, and I actually did a scarf project on this one. I love it. It's 78% cotton, 22% polyester. It is 481 yards. So I took one full one of these and then a good half of another one of these. To make the bobbles and all that kind of stuff. Not sure if I do the bobble, not sure which one I'm going to do. I think I'm probably going to choose this as the main color and this is the bobble. I think. I'm not sure. Stay tuned. You'll see this one later for sure. But I just love it. It's all squishy and squishy. And you all were like, oh, I love that, I love that, I love that. And then how do I make the scarf? So, here's the deal. I have never ever told myself that I am a pattern writer. Never ever proclaimed to be a pattern writer. Never really wanted to be a pattern writer. I just thought I'm going to do my own thing. And I didn't expect people to like what I do. And I was humbled, intimidated, because I thought, oh, really? You like what I do? I mean, I got compliments on this sweater. I wore that granny square sweater, the green one that I did. I wore that out to lunch the other day and I got so many compliments. And I was like really kind of embarrassed almost, like, oh, I made this. They're like, oh my gosh, really? So, and so I apologize because I am not a pattern writer, but I promise you I'm going to try to learn how to be a pattern writer. So if you have problems with the one pattern that I wrote, I am so sorry. I tried to get it out really fast. So give me a little bit of grace. I promise you I'll get better. If you're interested in this was in my head and it went down onto this from pictures that I saw. But if you're interested, I would be happy to figure out how to write it down, how to make it happen, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So if you're interested in any information on this guy over here, my beauty, I think it's a beauty. And just because of the way it turned out, I'm not giving myself any kudos or anything like that. Comment below and let me know if you're interested, and then we'll figure it out. But thank you all so much for being so kind and liking what I do. I'm just like a little floored by that. Because there's so much talent out there. I'm just sitting in my little corner of my world, just, doing my thing through COVID, enjoying what I'm doing, not expecting anyone to ever like it. And most of the stuff I'm like, this is never going to see the light of day. And actually, now it is. I'm actually happy to be wearing this stuff out. Okay, so the other thing that I got from Michaels was something that I don't see in the stores. This is available online only, which is why I told you guys before, hey, if you haven't shopped online, do it. If you don't have a Michaels that's close to you, shop online, because I think you get, I just tossed that. I think you get free shipping over like $49 or something like that. I think that's something along what it is. I can't see it. Oh, I got something else coming. I forgot about that. I ordered some of the Lions Pack jeans yarn, but it hasn't shown up yet. I just I'm looking at my order. I'll have to show you that when that comes in. But anyways, I'm showing you this stuff now. So what I got is called Premier Color Fusion DK. And I was like, ooh, those are pretty colors. I think it'll be okay. I'm like, ooh, do I like the feel of it? It's okay. Yeah, it's not squeaky. I'm all right with this. So this is it's called Premier Color Fusion DK, right? And it is, I got 3 skeins of this. It's 100% acrylic, 325 yards, 100 grams. It is a weight of 3. This color is called Maui. Isn't that pretty? It's supposed to remind you of the beach and the sand of Maui. So I got Maui. Then I think I got like 2 of each, if I recall. Yes, here's another Maui. So I got 2 Mauis. So that comes out to 650 yards. Those 2 guys. Then I got this one, which is called Vintage. And it's got a lot of like reds, blues, greens, purples, yellows, kind of kaleidoscopy colors, a little bit muted, but pretty. Yeah, that's about true to color. So I ended up getting 2 skeins of this. So it's just a variegated, so it's going to end up looking kind of like that. But I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. Now it looks like if I'm, okay, so this is, there's some speckles in it, some little flecks, which is really cool. You can totally see that in here. This one you can't see quite as much, but if you look closely, I can see that there's little flecks in there as well. So I got these 4 skeins here. Now, I had to buy 2 to get the discount. I think it was 2 that I had to buy because I got 2 colors. So they were normally $11.99 and they came out to $6.19 a piece. Yeah, so I had to get the 2. But that's not bad. $6.19 for 325 yards, and it is 100% acrylic. Okay, so I'm excited to try these guys out and see. But I like this premiere. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. But I think in feeling it, I don't think there's going to be a lot of pilling. There's not a lot of halo, a lot of fuzz. This one does give me off a lot of fuzz, but this isn't. This is from Lovecrafts. And it is a weight of 3. So this could be kind of cool. All right, we're going to give this one a try too. So I just wanted to show you what I got from Michaels because I wanted to hit that free shipping number. And then I ended up getting the Lion's Brand Jeans yarn, which is kind of that blue mottled color, which I love. I love the looks of it. I haven't actually tried it before, but I really do like it. But in the 3-pack, you can get that online from michaels.com. You can't get it in stores in that quantity. And it was like, I don't know, it was like cheap, like $10 or something like that for 3. Maybe it wasn't $13, but still, it was a really good deal. That's why I got that. So that's going to be coming. I just realized that it hasn't shown up yet. All right. I've been dying to open this box, this bad boy. It's been smelling at me for the last week, but I was like, no, I'm going to hold out. I'm going to wait to show you guys. This is from Purple Lamb. This one here. Yeah. And I think I told you last week that I was getting it. And what I did was I pulled up the other skeins that I have. So Purple Lamb, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is from Carla. She's out of Texas, independent dyer. Makes these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous skeins. I now have a collection of Carla's creations. A collection of Carla's creations from Purple Lamb Fibers. And I made my Starry Night shawl from her stuff. And I've been waiting, like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this because I want it to be something spectacular. And I think what's inside here is going to enable me to make something spectacular out of this. So we're going to give this a look-see right now. Now, the reason I said it's been killing me with the smell is because Carla, if you ask her, she will ask you if you want her to include these little wool balls, and she soaks them in lavender. And so you have this wonderful aroma, and it makes your yarn smell really, really good and super pretty. And I love the smell of lavender. Some people don't. And there are some nasty lavenders out there. Like, whoa, what the heck is that? Like, smells like weeds and dirt. But this is not one of them. Anyways, so I asked for it. But if you don't like lavender, just say, no, thank you. No bueno on the lavender A. And then she won't do it. But it always comes in a nice little purple tissue paper like this. I just love ordering from her. Here's my little sales receipt. Okay. Now, what I ordered here was she was having a solitary skein sale. So she was basically selling her one-offs of the skeins that she had left. Because when she does a die lot, I think she does like 4 or something. She has to have at least 4. So when she has like a 1 here and a 1 there and 1 out, then she sells it. And these were 15% off so that she could move into her next step. And I was like, cool, I'm good. I'll take it. I'll take it. So I didn't really get, you know, like a lot. I just was able to get what she had, but I kind of bought her out. So these normally go for like $27 a piece, I think is what it was. Yeah, $20, $27 a piece. So like, oh, isn't that pretty? Isn't she pretty? These are Kimberly's colors. These are seriously like Kimberly's colors. I mean, if you look at most of my stuff, right? I mean, that's kind of, I'm not putting these together, but I'm saying that goes together with this. This is called Garnet and Topaz on Sock Perfection. This is out of her Gemstone collection. Now, this is also an assigned pooling. She does a lot of assigned pooling. Not a lot of dyers do assigned pooling. It's hard to find assigned pooling. Carla does a lot of it, and she does an amazing job. If you saw my Starry Night shawl, that was assigned pooling where it had the little pops of yellow coming through. This one here is assigned pooling, which means you're going to get, it's mostly those browns, but then you're going to get those little pops of blues and greens. That is called Peacock. This one is assigned pooling. This was a Colorado Monarch butterfly, Colorado hair streak butterfly. On her stained glass yarn. Stained glass is that black and yellow, or black, it's black and white is what the yarn looks like, and then she mixes in it. But it's this purple, and then you're going to get these little pops of orange. So that's, so it pops. It doesn't variegate through it like these guys do, right? It's going to be like a bing, bing, bing. So you want to know that you're working with assigned pooling yarn, so that you can really, I think, maximize the pattern, like really highlight the pattern. Because I have the 2 Colorado color streaks, or hair streaks, one of the Peacock, and now I've got this assigned pooling of Garnet and Topaz Gemstone collection. The other stuff I got was kind of a roving thing going on. Oh gosh. Oh, these are beautiful. This isn't really roving. I can put these two together. Gosh, oh Carla. And these smell so good. And they're very soft. All right. So, let me talk to you about this one really quick. So this here is Garnet and Topaz on Sock Perfection. So it's on a sock weight yarn, Gemstone collection, assigned pooling, 450 yards, 4 plies, 80% superwash merino wool, 20% nylon, machine wash, hand cool dry. So this is a sock yarn. The nylon means it's going to have a little bit of a give to it, right? If you wanted to make a sock. I'm sorry, but when I buy sock yarn, rarely do I look at this and go, oh my gosh, I can't wait to wear those as socks. Like, never. I don't want to hide this in a pair of shoes. That's just, I'm not going to hide this in a pair of shoes. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to showcase it around my neck, usually because I don't have that much of it. But this one here is gorgeous. I probably have some yellows and pinks and oranges in my closet that this might go nicely with. So I was wondering if I was going to combine all of these together, but I don't know that I'm gonna. That's kind of a lot going on there. I might have to put this into something else, but that's okay. I ain't hating it. All right, this one here is, okay, so this is called Sunset at Sea, which it is. This is on called Surrey Lace Cloud. It's the Creative Collection. Splashed and speckled colorway, 437 yards, 2 plies, 65% baby Surrey alpaca, 35% silk. And this was $27. But again, I got 15% off. So I'll show you that in a second. 437 yards. And I ended up getting the last 2 skeins of this that she had. This one is called Smitten. Same thing. Surrey Lace Cloud, 437 yards, splashed and speckled, 65% baby alpaca, 35% silk. So I got these 2. So together, that comes out to 874 yards. Yeah. Gorgeous, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So not sure I'm going to do, I should maybe combine them, but I have stuff that I can go with this. So I might keep them separate, but absolutely lovely. So I was hoping that I'd be able to smush them all together and make like a beautiful purple lamp fiber scarf, but I don't think I'm going to, but that's okay. That is okay. And then she gave me my little Smell-O-Vision. Today's episode is brought to you by Smell-O-Vision. This is my little wool ball that she soaks in lavender. So I like to keep these around. I just like to keep it, as you know, I showed you in my organized video. Oh, I got a second one. I got two, and they're 2 different colors. I like to put lavender sachets in my yarn storage to keep moths away from getting busy with my yarn when I'm not there. Also just to make it smell really good, because sometimes yarn can smell kind of musty and stuff, right? anyways, and then I also got this little tiny guy, which is a lilac on splendid sock mini, 92 yards. And I have another mini here of hers that I got. So this would be something you can add on as, you know, a little bit of fringe, a little bit of a necklet, something like that. Little, you know, shawlette, maybe. Add this into it. And then she gave me this cutie, the little sample. This is a sample skein, about 15 yards. This is called The Wedding, or Aragon and Aaron on Swoosh DK. Oh, well now that's a fun little tie-in. Swoosh is by We Crochet. And the swoosh, which I talked about in my other unboxing video, comes dyed, or you can get it plain and then you can dye it yourself. Well, Carla, now I know. So I think she gets this from We Crochet. This is on Swoosh DK, 100% superwash merino, just a little bit of a sample. And she sent me samples before. I've got little samples somewhere else around. I just love Carla's stuff. I just love it. I have the Carla collection here. All right, so these skeins, not including this little guy, but including this guy here, and then these three, came to $88 because they're $27 a piece, but I got $13.20 off, which is pretty good. So that took it down to like $74, $74.80, $75. I know people are like, I can't spend that. I totally get that. But if you just want a really, really special experience, and then she also has other sales. Like this was only 15% off. I think I got this at like 40% off around Christmas or something like that. So check out purplelambfibers.com. Just see some of her stuff. She's got a beautiful art, like a subscription collection where you pay, I think it's like $27, $28 a month. And then you get a skein of her from her artist collection. So for instance, this was called Monet's Water Lilies, right? And if you know the painting, go look it up. You can just see that this is exactly. So you would get a skein of like this, you know, and then maybe a pattern to go along with it or things like that. So if you want to treat yourself, that's lovely. That's $27, $28 a month. But if you don't, just go and check her out. You know, maybe just find something to treat yourself. Don't make something else for someone else with this stuff. Don't do that. Hashtag self-love, love yourself, make something beautiful with it. This is my recommendation to you. Oh, and here's another little sample that she gave me before. Isn't that pretty? This is on mulberry silk. Ah, Carla, your colors are just vibrant. They're so beautiful. Anyways, so that was that unboxing right there. And then she always includes a little note. Thank you so much for your order. Hope you enjoy all 4 colorways immensely. Stay warm and God bless. And then you can get a little 10% off coupon at the bottom when she gives you this little card. Okay, and then she gives you little instructions here on the back. So this is Carla with Purple Lamb Fibers. I don't know. I just found her one day and I just love her. Haven't met her, but I'm sure I would like her if I met her in person. All right. So that's all I've got so far for this week's unboxing and whips. I got more whips to show you next week. Got a lot of other projects coming up. I'm going to figure out what to do with this guy. Good to do with the cinnamon swirl cakes. I've got 4 of them. I think I'm going to be making a sweater, but I might be crocheting a sweater with that. Got some books coming in. Got some unboxings coming in. I'm going to be doing the Lion Brand comparison between the basic pill stitch and the Schitt's Creek. Is it really the same? Because Mr. Adam Blumenthal told me that it was, and I'm like, oh, no, we're going to check it out and see. I've got a tutorial coming up this week about how to size. If you're going to be making garments for somebody else, how do you size them? How do you do measurements for that? And I've even got some books coming in. So stay tuned. Tell your friends about all the fun stuff that we have here. More unboxings, tutorials, podcasts, all kinds of stuff. With me and the Brit in the background, Kimberly with Knit for Brains. That's where you are. That's where I'll be every week. And that's where I want you to be. So make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any notifications. Comment below, definitely. But if you don't hit the subscribe button, you're not going to know when I post new things. You're just going to like wander across it. And I want you to see all the fun stuff. So make sure that you like and subscribe, hit the button, Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and join us on our Facebook page, Kimberly with Knit for Brains. If you're making some projects, share your works. Our numbers have grown and everyone's like commenting and having fun together and talking and laughing. And so that's a super fun place as well. That's Kimberly with Knit for Brains on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching. This here is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. And as always, I'll see you soon.